Anthony Joshua, Vladimir Klitschko. Look, you guys know my predictions are a little bit unorthodox. I mean, sure, I can break it down. I can tell you technically what's going to happen, who's going to do this, who's going to, because I've been a coach for a while now. And but I like to bring a little bit something different to my predictions. And sure, every now and then we can get technical, but let me tell you, originally I had Anthony Joshua winning the fight, okay, by decision. I felt, you got this hungry lion, this veteran, and, the veteran will do enough to not get knocked out because he's a veteran. And then, you've just got this, like, brick house, solid dude, incredible athlete, Anthony Joshua, who is, strong enough, young enough to not get knocked out. So I felt, he's going to be, or Joshua will be the more active fighter, so therefore he's going to win the decision, right? Common sense, right? You got an active fighter, no one gets knocked out, he lets his hands go, he doesn't, he wins. But, okay, ooh, my battery's getting low. So I saw the, and this is a really random thing I'm doing here, I just saw the open media workout for Anthony Joshua, Vladimir Klitschko, and man, he looked incredible. I'm talking about Klitschko, okay? I mean, he looked better than I've seen him look in a long time. I mean, throwing these great, just crisp, hard combinations, which, yeah, he's only working the mitts, okay? I get it, but, I work the mitts too, and sometimes, working mitts can be harder than, actually working, or sparring, rather. Because it's relentless. It doesn't stop. You can't stop. And he went for about 9 minutes, and he was up on his toes. Now, the criticism for Klitschko is what? He's been down 11 times early on in his career, but Emmanuel Stewart came along, corrected that, turned him into a better boxer, but he's got power in both hands. I mean, and what I liked is he was working, working behind the jab. That's key. That's going to be key in this fight. Whoever can work behind their jab. And what I liked was he incorporated a left hook. He'd throw that jab, right? He'd throw the straight cross or right cross, and then come back with a left hook, but with his glove up properly to defend his face, to defend his chin. I mean, he just looked fundamentally sound. I mean, he looked just on point. Okay. So I like that, and honestly, I've never seen Klitschko, even in his previous training footage. I always find kinks in the armor. I'm like, he looks slow. He's already breathing heavy. I mean, typically, Vladimir Klitschko, right? He'll maybe hit the mitts for like 3 minutes, and the dude's like out of breath, and he's sitting down covered in sweat. But, like I said, he looked really good in this workout. He did. So, and, I watched the face-off. I went back and watched a couple of their last fights, even the Tyson Fury fight. And, during that face-off, I'll tell you, basically kind of what went down there and what I took away from that was, again, the hungry lion and the veteran, and which one will prevail. Okay, it's the age-old question in boxing. Whenever you have a young, strong guy coming up and you got a veteran, who's going to win? I like to think back on like Juan Manuel Marquez and like Mike Alvarado. Marquez schooled him, right? So, you never know. And then Klitschko, he said, I feel like I'm fighting a younger version of myself, but, wisdom always wins, which isn't necessarily true. But in this case, I had Anthony Joshua winning. I had him winning by decision because, like I said, he's the more active guy, and both of them have the attributes to not get knocked out. So therefore, obviously the judges are going to give it to Anthony Joshua. So, I had it going to him, and then, like I said, I watched this workout, and a few other things, did my homework like I do, and now I have Klitschko winning by decision. So that's my prediction, and like I said, my predictions are a little bit unorthodox. I'm not going to waste your time and tell you, oh, he's going to put his lead foot here, and he's a straight puncher. He's not a hooker. He works off the back foot, not the front foot. He likes to pivot and ditch it. I'm not going to give you all that nonsense. Try to sound like I'm some boxing genius. Okay, so I'm just going to make it plain and simple. I think Klitschko is going to walk away with the decision win, and that's my that's my prediction. So look, let's look at some numbers here, man. Like I said, he looked great. I mean, just great. He'll be 41. So by the time they actually get in the ring, he's about to turn 41. I think like today or tomorrow. So he's 40 years old, about to be 41. So here we go. Who wins? World champion fight. So Now, with Anthony Joshua, okay, 18's across the board, 18 fights, 18 wins, 18 knockouts, okay. But you look here, professional experience, 3 years, 6 months, 18 fights, 44 rounds. Average and his average is 2.4 rounds, which when a guy is coming up like that, that's not far off. I mean, you look at like a Deontay Wilder, his first like 34 fights, he won by knockout in or before round 4. So 34 fights, Deontay Wilder winning in or before round 4. So that's not too uncommon for a good upcoming, boxer like Joshua. Okay, 20, I mean, wow, 20 years, 5 months. Now here, this is key right here. Okay, inactive 1 year, 5 months, nearly a year and a half of inactivity. I mean, how time flies, right? It doesn't seem like that Tyson Fury fight was that long ago, but it was almost a year and a half ago, damn near. So, but Klitschko, he did say, he said, that's going to work in my favor. I feel good. I feel great. And there's no ring rust. So, I guess we'll have to see on fight night. But yeah, I mean, look, that's about all I got. Like I said, I'm trying to make my videos a little bit quicker, and I just want to get that on record that I've got Klitschko winning by decision, and and I think I think it'll be kind of like a young Canelo losing or something like that, or like a Loma, even a Loma losing. It's like all these good fighters, they take a loss. It's like this whole undefeated bullshit is just that bullshit. I mean, you win some, you lose some, right? So I don't know. I think he's going to take a loss. I think it's going to be close, very close. And another key thing, I don't remember if I mentioned or not, is Vladimir Klitschko, he's got to move his head. I mean, he has got to move his head. Every time, every fight, I've ever watched of his, which is nearly all of them that are like on YouTube, I'm like, move your damn head. He's got that head just right there in the middle to be hit. And Anthony Joshua, like I said, he's a straight puncher, not really a hooker. He's just kind of a 1-2 right down the middle, right down the pipe, but he can hook, he can uppercut and all that. But I don't think it's going to be a big, body shots are going to be a big part of the fight. I really don't. I think these guys are going to have a lot of adrenaline going, and they're just going for the knockout, going for the punch, going for the kill shot. So anyway, leave it below. What do you guys think? Who do you have winning? I flipped. I did. I changed my mind. I had Anthony Joshua by decision. Now I've got Klitschko by decision.